You walk downstairs, grab some eggs, make a waffle, pour a coffee, and never open your wallet. The hotel calls it a free breakfast. But hotels are not charities, and that waffle may be doing far more for their bottom line than you think. Because the breakfast isn't really free. You may be paying for it through the room rate, whether you eat it or not. And that is only the beginning of why hotels are so eager to give it to you. What looks like a generous perk is actually a carefully designed business tool. It can make a hotel seem cheaper, attract more bookings, satisfy franchise rules, and turn a small food cost into something guests value far more. In other words, the hotel isn't just serving breakfast. It's serving you a reason to stop comparing prices. To understand how this happened, go back to the rise of limited service hotels in America. These properties promised the basics: a clean room, a reliable bed, and fewer expensive extras than a traditional full-service hotel. Hampton Inn helped turn complimentary breakfast into a defining feature of the mid-priced hotel in the 1980s. The original version was simple: think coffee, juice, donuts, and other continental items, not a giant made-to-order buffet. That simplicity was the whole point. A hotel could offer something that felt like restaurant service without actually operating a full restaurant. No dinner menu. No room service. No large kitchen working all day. No full wait staff. Just a predictable breakfast served during a short window using ingredients the hotel could purchase and prepare at scale. For travelers, that was incredibly appealing. Breakfast removed one annoying decision from the morning. Families didn't have to load everyone into the car, hunt for a restaurant, wait for a table, and buy 4 separate meals. And once travelers started choosing hotels because of it, competing chains faced a problem. If the hotel across the street included breakfast and yours didn't, your room suddenly looked like the worst deal, even when it was cheaper. That is how a perk becomes a competitive trap. One hotel adds it to stand out. Another copies it. Then guests begin expecting it, and removing it feels like a price increase. But here's where the economics become interesting. The value you assign to breakfast can be much higher than what it costs a hotel to serve it. Imagine a family of 4 comparing 2 rooms. One includes breakfast and the other doesn't. The family may picture 4 restaurant meals, 4 drinks, tax, and a tip. Suddenly that breakfast feels as though it could save them a serious amount of money. The hotel does not have to spend anything close to that imagined restaurant bill. It buys food in bulk, serves a standardized menu, limits the service window, and spreads staffing and equipment costs across dozens or hundreds of guests. Many of the familiar items are also easy to portion and relatively inexpensive to serve at scale: cereal, toast, oatmeal, fruit, coffee, powdered mixes, and batter placed into a self-service waffle machine. Even the self-service setup is part of the equation. You collect the food, make the waffle, carry the plate, refill the drink, and clear the table. The guest performs work that a restaurant would normally pay employees to do. So the hotel creates something that may feel like a $20, $40, or even $60 family benefit without giving every family that amount of food. Some guests eat a lot. Some grab only coffee. Some sleep through breakfast. Some leave before it opens. Others avoid it because of dietary restrictions or because the food simply isn't appealing. If breakfast is a standard amenity, those guests normally do not receive a discount for skipping it. The room was sold as a bundle, and the hotel keeps the revenue whether every guest uses every part of that bundle or not. That is the part that should annoy you a little. A solo traveler who grabs one banana may be helping fund the family making 6 waffles, and the traveler who eats nothing may still be paying for the promise of breakfast. To be fair, hotel room prices are dynamic. There usually isn't a secret breakfast charge that can be cleanly subtracted from the rate. Prices move with demand, competition, events, location, and occupancy. But the cost of providing breakfast still has to be supported by the business. And more importantly, the word free changes how you judge the room. Instead of asking, is this room worth this price? You begin asking, how much am I saving by getting breakfast? That tiny shift makes the bundle harder to compare with a cheaper room that does not include food. Hotels have data showing how powerful that feeling can be. Hilton has reported that complimentary breakfast was the most frequently used search filter on its website. More recent hotel industry analysis found that mid-tier brands offering complimentary breakfast averaged occupancy rates 2 to 3 percentage points higher than brands without it. Those breakfast brands also produced much stronger revenue per available room growth over 5 and 10-year periods. That does not prove breakfast alone caused all of the difference, but it does show why hotel companies are reluctant to take the perk away. Guests actively search for it, and properties with it can fill more rooms. There is another layer most travelers never see. Many branded hotels are franchises. The company name on the building may not be the company that actually owns the property. The hotel owner pays to use the brand, reservation system, loyalty program, and operating playbook. In return, the owner has to follow brand standards, and for many limited service chains, breakfast is one of those standards. That means the free breakfast is doing two jobs. It attracts guests, but it also makes thousands of separately owned hotels feel like one predictable product. When you book a familiar chain in a city you have never visited, you already have a rough picture of the breakfast waiting downstairs. The waffle shape, coffee station, cereal dispensers, and hot trays become part of the brand. Consistency reduces risk for the guest. You may not love the breakfast, but you know it will exist. And in travel, predictable can be more valuable than impressive. The owner, meanwhile, bears the expense of meeting that promise. That can create tension when food and labor costs rise, because removing breakfast may violate the brand standard while improving it can destroy the carefully controlled economics. That helps explain why some hotel breakfasts feel strangely engineered, enough variety to look generous, but built around food that can be bought, stored, prepared, and replaced predictably. It also explains the difference between complimentary breakfast and a breakfast included rate. They sound identical, but they may not be. At some brands, breakfast is an amenity available to everyone. At other hotels, the booking site may offer a more expensive room package that includes breakfast. In that case, you are very directly paying more for the so-called inclusion. And if only 2 breakfasts are included while 4 people occupy the room, or if taxes and gratuities are excluded, the deal may be less generous than the booking screen made it appear. So, are hotels screwing you with free breakfast? Sometimes the bundle absolutely works in your favor. A family that eats a full meal can save real money and a lot of time. But free is still marketing language. The hotel offers breakfast because the perceived value can exceed the cost, because it increases bookings, and because guests who never use it rarely demand their share back. The smartest way to compare hotels is to ignore the word free. Look at the total room price, then ask what breakfast would realistically cost your specific group somewhere else, and whether you will actually wake up in time to eat it. Check whether breakfast is complimentary for every guest or attached to a higher priced package. Confirm how many people it covers, what hours it is served, and whether the hotel offers food you would genuinely choose. If the room with breakfast costs noticeably more and you only drink coffee, the hotel may be getting the better deal. If you are feeding a family of 5, you may be the one beating the system. That is the real genius of the free hotel breakfast. Every guest sees the same buffet, but every guest assigns it a different value, and the hotel gets to advertise the highest possible feeling of savings. The eggs may be warm. The waffles may be unlimited. But the one thing they definitely are not is free. If you want more stories about the hidden systems quietly shaping what you buy, where you travel, and what you think you're getting for free, subscribe to Past the Fine Print.